Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is today's inspo for the video for today. I'm actually going to be doing this nail set for my daughter as a special request that she had for me. I'll also be doing a next set for her, which is a Demon Slayer set, specifically the Hashira Shinobu. So I'm just starting off on the base with this nude color. Sorry that the video is kind of out of focus. I don't know why it wasn't focusing, but it was more focusing on the hand that I was using to hold the polish brush. But so I'm just starting off with the base just for this one. And honestly, before I did these nails, I actually went on Pinterest just to get a bit more inspiration because, of course, the sample nail that she saw, she wanted it, but I didn't really know what to do for the rest of the nails. So I went on Pinterest and I found like a few cute nail designs using black nail polish. And I kind of had that image in my head, but as I was going along doing the nails, like it literally looks nothing like the design inspo that I chose. And like Bob Ross says, there's no mistakes, only ever happy accidents. So that's literally what this video is, just a bunch of happy accidents happening going on while I did this nail set. Now that I'm done finishing polishing these nails, I just cure them for about 60 seconds in the nail lamp. And now I'm getting started on my thumbnail doing a design. It actually was supposed to kind of go into like a triangle type sense. It wasn't supposed to necessarily connect the way that they connected in the video. But I just kind of winged it and just made it work in the end, and I actually really ended up liking how it looked. What I find most interesting is the fact that I'm able to do French nails a little bit easier on almond nails. I don't know if it's because it's already in that shape of the French, but I don't know. I just find doing French tips on almond nails easier for me to do than doing it on like square or like coffin shaped nails. I don't know what it is, but I just found the process was a little bit easier, or maybe I'm just like working and learning how to hold my brush a little better. I still need to determine like the length of the brush I need to be using when I'm doing just this line work or just like making the French line, because I can't use a brush that's too long. So that's why I'm using this one that's a little bit shorter. Honestly, there's no like millimeter number I could give you guys because there's nothing on the brush itself that says what it is. So I'm really just kind of literally winging it with these Temu nail art brushes for now until I'm able to get some really good ones that actually tells me like how much millimeter this specific brush is that I'm using. So I just went ahead and did the outline of the French tip. And after that, I'm just going to take the polish brush and just fill it in with the black nail polish. Not too heavy, just a light coat of the black nail polish just to make sure that it cures, because it is black, so it's more opaque. So if the layer is too thick, it won't cure properly. So it has to be a thin coat of the black polish. Right here, I wanted to try doing like aura nails using this sponge. This is a sponge that I got when I went to the nail art store, the nail supply store in my previous haul video that you can go back and see if you haven't watched it. I just kind of cut off a little piece and I just dipped it here in this black gel polish, and I'm just kind of dabbing it on top of the nail. It wasn't giving aura the way that I wanted it to, but I was just like, you know what, this is my first time. I'm really just kind of winging it and like remembering the videos that I've watched doing these types of nails and then just going along. This one here, I think I just kind of did it. I was like, I want to do something like lines, but at the same time, like, I don't even remember the plan that I actually had for this nail, but I just kind of did whatever, and I ended up liking how it turned out in the video. Right here, I'm just taking some matte polish to put on top of, on top instead of the top coat. So I wanted to do an isolated chrome look on these nails. So that's why I'm putting a matte on top. And then I'm going to take my sculpting gel just to create some simple lines and then cure that and then put the chrome on top of the sculpted gel part. That way the chrome doesn't stick to like the rest of the nail because it's matte. And then I just brush it off a little bit right here. I had so much fun doing the chrome and just the isolation. It actually was a little bit easier than I expected, but I think the more that I do it and kind of play around with designs, like the better at it I'll get. Right here, because I didn't record this in the first half of the video, so this is the second hand that I'm doing for the nails. I actually was like, wait, I don't think that I used the sculpting gel to do this part, and then I was just like, no, I didn't. And then I just kind of took it off. Well, I didn't actually wipe it off. I just wiped off the brush and then I just kind of put it to the side for now and then went to go use my Betty nail, like it's an 8-in-1 nail glue. So the Betty is really just used for the rhinestones that I'm going to be putting on these 3 simple lines that I did here. So this is the index finger, the finger that she wanted that specific design on, but it's a little bit smaller than the sample nail that I did. And I shouldn't have used the Betty 8-in-1 for the bow. I should have used a sculpting gel because it kept sliding everywhere, which makes it a little bit harder to kind of cure it in place, like in the middle where you want it, but somehow I made it work. So for this nail, I didn't know what to do at first because I'm just like, it looks so plain with just like the sponged black in the middle. So I'm like, okay, let me just do an outline of the black and then chrome it and then just leave it as is. So I just applied the matte top coat again. And then I'm just taking some black gel polish on my liner brush, my nail art brush. And I'm just going to go around pretty much the outer base of the nail and just go all the way around. And then I'm going to take my sculpting gel and then outline that as well, cure it. And then I'll apply the chrome just on the area that I put the sculpting gel. don't mind my hands. I had sprayed alcohol because I needed to clean my fingers. So that's why they look a little dry right now. But here I'm just doing a little outline of the beginning of the line. I don't even know what to call that part. But I'm just putting some sculpting gel here. And then I'm going to cure it. But you know what I forgot to do? I literally forgot to put the matte top coat on top. And I was like, well, this sucks. So I was like, whatever, what's done is done. I'll just work with it. So I did just finish outlining the other side. And then once I came to the realization, I was like, okay, I'll just brush on the matte just on the parts that I don't need the chrome to go on. And then I cured it and then applied my chrome to it, and everything turned out perfectly fine. Thank God. Pardon me, side note, as I was doing my prayer course this week with my Bible study group, we were on the topic of unanswered prayers. And what I really found interesting was the fact that a lot of the times we think that God hasn't answered our prayers, but a lot of the times he has answered our prayers. It's just not the answer that we wanted. So even though it's a no, he still answered. He's just saying no. He really is our father, because just like, your parents, when you're younger and you do something and your parents might tell you no if you ask them to do something and they're like, no, you're not going to do that. It's kind of the same thing. You ask for something and maybe he feels you're not ready for that thing that you're asking for. So in that moment, the answer might be no. And you kind of just wonder why. But the thing is, you may never know why God told you no in that moment. But just prepare. He might be preparing you for something even greater. And, sometimes it might suck to hear that no. Sometimes it might suck to go through what you're going through. But God always has a purpose for you and always has a plan. Just trust him and have faith. Love you. Bye.